Well, hello, shell buddies, and welcome back to the Airshway Pajou channel. We are at stop number 7 this week on the spring and summer shell chasing series, Lovers Key State Park. We're on the tram at Lovers Key State Park. Whoa! Wow! Look at him! No way! It's another one of those crazy olives! Look at it! Oh, look at that. Didn't even see that little guy in there, but that's a spiny paper cockle. A Mexican tellin! What? Lovers Key is gonna blow our minds with some really out-of-the-box finds, rare finds that we don't see very often. And once we get on that beach, we start finding amazing stuff. Then again, you know, renourishment sand, sometimes it's terrible, and sometimes it's awesome. If you've never been to Lovers Key State Park before, it's a special treat, and we're lucky to even be able to after what Ian did down there, honestly, because the landscape has been really vastly changed. But let's go take a look at where it is we're headed to today. Now, I'm going to zoom in a second, but here's Lovers Key, Fort Myers above it, then Sanibel, Captiva, Cayo Costa, Boca Grande. Then below Lovers Key, you got Bonita Springs, Naples is down here, Marco Island, and then the 10K begins, okay? So where John and I had been, we were kind of over here staying. So to get to Lovers Key State Park, we had to do a little bit of driving, not a terrible amount, but it's probably 30 miles or so from where we were staying. Okay, full fairness, actually I went ahead and Google Maps it because I was slightly misremembering how far it was. It's a teeny little bit further than 30 minutes. It's more like an hour drive, more like 45 miles. Okay, I fibbed. It's a little farther than 30 miles. I forgot how far it actually was. If you take this route up 41, it'll take you longer because you're going to go through town, okay? But if you go up 41 and then kind of up this little back way, it'll take you about 10 minutes less, cross at Bonita Springs, and then up the main drag here to get up to Lovers Key. So it's about 45-ish miles, roughly, and it was an hour one way for us to get there. I'm gonna just sort of zoom this in a little bit so you can see the park itself better. And all of this is all park, okay? There's trails in here and all sorts of stuff. And for Hurricane Ian, guys, this place, along with Fort Myers and Sanibel, they got absolutely leveled over here. I'm not going to lie to you. The beach used to extend out into the water quite a little bit further. And there's a tram there, all right? And the tram runs you from the parking up here down, around, and it stops right here. That tram used to cross this bridge. There used to be a tram stop right down here, and then even further down there was like a little food truck kind of a trailer thing that had popsicles and drinks and little frozen treats and snacks and that kind of stuff. It was really cool. The tram stop that used to be here at the base of this bridge was covered, so there was a shady spot to sit, and you didn't have this, have to hoof it across this bridge to get back up to there. This is a snippet of a video I did 10 months after Hurricane Ian landfall, and I want you to kind of notice this Google Maps screen here, and I'm going to pause it. Somehow, oddly enough, Google Maps managed to have a split view of Fort Myers. That's what my screenshot captured. See how far out the sand actually sticks as opposed to the after, which is on the left-hand side, and you can see all that sand is moved backwards and into everything. That is kind of stunning when you think about it. The last time we were here, which was 10 months after Ian, the tram has taken us here over the first bridge, and the driver and John were talking. He told John they lost 5 feet deep of sand from here. I'm not talking 5 feet from the edge of the water out into the ocean. I'm talking as tall as I am amount of sand stripped off this beach. So multiple feet of coastline that stretched out into the water were actually gone. So there's the bridge. The tram can't run over it anymore. There used to be the tram stop at the base of that bridge. But of course, with 5 feet of sand gone, there's no spot for that little tram stop now. And where it turned around too, where the little food place was, all of that was completely gone. Charmin and I were actually texting about this place and discussing this sand situation. She told me that they added 100 yards of sand. Not in one spot, like a pile of 100 yards of sand. No, 100 yards of beach, that whole stretch. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how much they had to put back, I think, just to get them back to where they were before Ian. I just realized while I'm editing this that John's wearing this same t-shirt. So it's hard to tell the then versus the now. And the only way you can tell is on the then footage, we were sitting right up in the front of the tram and you could see the radio. And on the now footage, you can see that that sign and that little radio aren't there anymore. But you can still have some really good, really fun shelling down in this little neck right here. Now, it might not be fabulous when you first walk onto the beach right in this particular spot. Just head down a little bit. Head this way. And all the good stuff is down here where the sandbars and all of this other stuff are at. And make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video where we have a fantastic shell ID and a deep dive into different types of olives with information about what we all, maybe mistakenly, call fulgarators. All right, Rain, that's all the rain we need from you today is going to be right now. That's it. We're on the tram at Lovers Key State Park. Open we have just sprinkles and no lightning. It's been since, let's see, we came out here the year after Ian, about 8 months after the fact. And the tram was running, but that was about it. But things are getting a little bit back to better here. Well, that was it. We're here. Yeah, it's a temporary trailer like last time when we were here, that's all. So what's happening here is that people have the pickup location kind of mobbed, and the guy had to stop the truck a couple of times. And then everybody like kind of comes toward us, and we're really leaving us a lot of space to get off the tram. We got a lady over to our left complaining about her tired, cranky toddler, and oh my goodness. But part of this is because I think people are used to the old setup before Ian.
My God.
All right, honey, we're on vacation.
I know.
Good vibes from here, folks.
I know.
And I'm telling you, this little back bay kind of stuff got some interesting possibilities over here. I think we should be looking for crowns.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of little fiddler crabs over there, but they're the little teeny ones. They hide in really good with that.
We're maybe looking for some crown conchs today, maybe. Have to see.
I'm wishing we would have kayak.
We're just laughing at all the people trying to rush.
I know.
For heaven's sakes, you can't sit until we're out of the way.
I almost hit some poor little boy with like you might all fit if you let us get on.
Right? See, before Ian, the way this used to work is the tram would drive you across this bridge that we're currently walking across, and then there was a tram stop at the base of this and a turnaround where there used to be a little snack shop and stuff. So folks that maybe hadn't been here in a while aren't realizing, I think. Now before Ian, this is what Lovers used to look like, that tram stop with the cool gazebo. And I found this old photo online on their website too. See those little blue umbrellas over there in the back? That's where the little food shack was, and that's the little roof to it. And you would get dropped off by the tram down there or back at the covered pavilion area. And this is where the tram would kind of turn around so it could get going back the other direction and make the run the other way. But yeah, you could come down all the way this far on the tram before, you know, Ian did a number on it. So yes, if you're trucking out here with kids and beach carts and everything like that, it's quite a bit more physical than it used to be. And I got the impression that the folks that were kind of rushing us at the tram ramp didn't really realize that they were going to have to kind of go this way and walk all this way. So yeah, there you have it. But we've arrived, we're on the beach, and it looks quite a bit different than the last time. What's it doing? Raining a little bit south of us, not a ton. Cloud tops are popping inland. And a little bit to the north of us over Fort Myers Beach proper. So remember, this is what the beach used to look like following Ian before they did the renourishment. You can see that fence along the side that blocked you from going north, and you can see how short the beach actually is. They added a football field quite a few feet deep out into the water from what it was like at this point to what you see now.
Different.
The beach is a lot bigger.
Oh, look at it.
Wow, that's a lot of renourishment sand. And the full frame wide angle view, it gives you a little bit of a horizon line distortion, but it makes it look like it's even bigger. But what a change from the last time we were here. We didn't know officially at that moment that it had been renourished, but I found out after that yes, it had. Alright, so this has been renourished from the looks of things. There's a big bowl down at the bottom that I don't recall being there the last time we were here. A little bit of a downhill to get here on the harder packed sand. I can handle this. Strolling through the water. I see stuff. Some torn up fighting conchs. Big bass scallop all covered in oysters. Tide is on the way down. We'll be low at 4:30 today. Sand is very shifty. Oh, John's got a chestnut turban. And I've got what? Looks like kind of a broken tellin. Actually, I don't think this is a shell. I think it's a tarpon scale. It's an odd shape. Huh. Throw it in the bag. I like weird, and oh, look at that. Didn't even see that little guy in there, but that's a spiny paper cockle. Hey, all right. Spiny paper cockle right here in the sand. Didn't even see it. Very unexpected little find. Excellent. I see something else down there. It's kind of dark. I'm not sure what it is. Oh, that is a little baby wing oyster. Wow, look at him. What a cool little find. Little baby wing oyster. Alright, so maybe this is going to be different than what I was expecting. They have paper cockle and a baby wing oyster right off the bat, where it doesn't even look like there's shells. So this is kind of fun. I'm learning the more I do this to not have expectations. What do we have here? Ooh. Oh. Well, where did it go? There you are. Look at that scallop. Wow. Some really great colors on him. Cool. Alright, so this is going to be a little different. Interesting. And that was a kitten's paw. Hinged kitten's paw. That's fine. I do like those. He's got some other stuff going on there, but that's okay. Cool hinged kitten paw. And an ibis friend. Hi, buddy. Alright, I don't want want to dawdle up here too much because we may be running on limited time weather-wise here. There's some pretty dark clouds all around us, and it is going to impact us a little later on, so we are on limited time here. Another nice colored scallop here. Cool. Very pretty. Oh, look at that. That's a bittersweet. What is that doing here? That's a giant bittersweet clam, and that's a bit of an unusual find for us here in the Gulf. This is usually considered more of an East Coast kind of a shell. So interesting to find that here. I'll be honest, some of these finds that we're getting, I'm not sure, are we getting it because they're coming out of the renourishment sand? This is interesting. Huh. That's an unusual find for here. Pretty excited, I'll take that. And there's some really fun colored scallops there. They're showing up under the water nicely. That sun is hot today. Wow. Another kitten's paw here. And cute little scallop right there. A couple more cute little finds. Ooh, what was that? Hey. Looks like a very, very baby small buttercup lucine that faded. Huh. That's kind of fun too. There we go. Now we have a tellin. And unlike the tellins that we found over on Morgan Island, this is actually more the thickness that an alternate tellin should be. Nice. So lots of those out on Case and Morgan. First one I've seen here. Did you? Oh, it's a broken piece. What kind of shape is he in?
Got a hole in it.
You'll never believe what I found already. A spiny paper cockle and a little baby wing oyster that's only this big. You got a nutmeg? Ooh, there's a cute little shell. Hey. A little fighting conch and has like no color. Wow. And no, he's not surf-worn. His beading and his detail is beautiful. He is just a little light guy. Sweet little albinistic fighting conch. How fun is that? Awesome. Now there's another one over here, I think. Yeah. This is more likely what they're supposed to be colored like. So let's put them side by side. Look at that. How cool. See, they're both detailed really nice. This one just got like no color. Awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna put him in the jar. A little top pocket find. Big spindle off of a horse. Big cheesy horse conch piece there. It's kind of fun. Another albinistic one, and it's in perfect shape. Look at that lip. Look at that top. Wow. Beautiful. This is cool.
There's another one in here, but it's broken.
Is there? Ooh, that's a nice auger. Nice and orange. He's fun. There's an olive right here. There he is. Oh, glassy, and a point that could break a pane of glass. Wow. Nice. That's fun. I found a really cool auger here with a hermit crab in it, but that music from the boat was so loud that I just cut this out because there was no fixing that audio. And there's more worm colony base I think I've ever seen anywhere else here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that. There's a bunch, yes.
Oh, look at this guy with the funky repair line. He's kind of fun. I'll take you. What are you? Ah, that's a little egg cockle. Look how cute. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Nice. Put you in here with my other weird fragile stuff. There's a very pale faded out, not albino, but pale faded out or prickly cockle. One of the yellows. We got here a little arc. So there's a few things going on in this edge. Not the easiest to see right now. Whew, that's hot. This is tough going. I have to try out on the shore for a little bit because this is wiping me out. Oh, and there's a rack line up here. Well, I guess if I hadn't gotten out of the water, I might not have noticed that. Hey, look at this. Got a little lading and waiting here. It's like one of those that I found. Oh, too bad he's broken because he's pretty. Yep, little lady and waiting clam. And there's a lot of kitten's paws here, a lot of arcs here, a lot of scallops here. Seeing coquinas now, pieces of worm colony base. And once in a while we spot something a little different. So it's quite a bit of a different experience than what we had yesterday, of course, where everywhere we stepped, turned, and looked was covered with a shell. And yet that was difficult hunting because it was almost shell overload. So this is kind of interesting in that I have to look a little more, a little harder to kind of see things. Colors are all pretty close to each other. Oh boy, I'm gonna get copyright striked for all this music. Good heavens, we gotta move.
Stop.
Okay. What you got?
Something that I found the very first one ever here.
Oh, a lucky limpet. Hey, nice work, babe. Cool beans.
Found my very first one all the way down the end of the island, remember?
Yep. I'm kind of anxious to see it down there now that things have all rearranged and what have you. It was pretty different down there. Last time we were here, there wasn't that big bowl or anything. There's an egg there. Nice little egg cockle. Look how pretty and shiny. Ooh, you're lovely. Ooh. Huh.
I had a weird name.
Oh, it's a Princess Venus, or a Lady in Waiting rather, a Lady in Waiting Venus clam.
Okay. Is that another one right down funny?
It is. I picked a couple of these guys up already too, because I like them. And look at that cutie pie, a little teeny tiny scallop. Oh, he's so sweet. So this is kind of fun for the littles. I wasn't expecting this. What's this? Huh. Little corrugate jewel box there. Half a corrugate jewel box. Cool. Okay, we're down toward the bottom now. Still kind of close to a lot of music. So, dear YouTube, I didn't play it, and I didn't pick it, and I didn't add it. You know, I kind of would like to get to the bottom and throw my mask on and see if there's anything in the water further out. Seeing some chopped up little chestnut turbans. And lots of really cute tiny fighting conchs. Not a ton of variety today. But I like these guys' sizes and colors. They've been real adorable. There's lots of cute little fighters. Yeah. He's adorable. And then I just saw something bright red down here. Oh, there it goes. Ah. Don't run away. There you are. Look how cute that is. He's red and orange and he's super pretty. Awesome. So not bad on tinies. Doing well on tinies. I adore my tinies. Oh, gonna be a lot of audio editing on this footage. Look at this. That's a nice rough scallop. Ooh, yeah. Really great. Oh, he's so pretty. Fabulous. I like it. What'd you find, honey? An olive?
Oh, he's alive.
Oh, let me see him if he's alive. I just found this. Oh, he pulled out back inside? Oh, hi, buddy. Yep, there he is, way down in there. Oh, you have a great shell, mister. Alright. Put you back down in there. Look at this nice calico clam. Pretty cool. This sandbar action down here is amazing. What'd you find, honey?
Two more. They're not alive.
Oh, they're not alive. Well, I thought maybe that one was. Oh, nice. Great job. Whew. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff mixed in with the sand here out in the water. And honestly, it's so stinking hot. I might just stay in the water. Yeah, I am too. Especially over here. These sand flats. Oh my gosh. All kinds of crazy stuff going on over here. All right. That sandbar really goes out a little ways. And then we've got this little pool here too, which I'd like to check first. And maybe get away a little bit from the music. So why is this place so noisy? Well, because we're here on a weekend during summer vacation, and I'm not sure why so many people think that everyone wants to listen to the stuff that they're listening to, but on the weekends, people have a tendency to have more of a party vibe than hanging out in nature vibe. Now there's something alive over here that left a nice big trail. Wonder if we can see what it is. Oh, look, it's an olive. It's an olive in there. Look at it. Ah. Hello, olive. This guy's definitely alive. With this big track. Oh, he's super slippery. Oh my goodness, he's nice. And so that's what size the animal is that left that trail. So that gives you a bit of an idea. And I did disrupt him, so I'm gonna just put him right back where he was. I just played with one.
Right here.
Live olive, yeah. No, this one here. Oh wow. So cool with the live olives down here on the end. That's sort of fun. That looks like a crosshatch lucine. I've never found one of these. That's amazing.
What?
A crosshatch lucine. You can see all these little cool diagonal vines on it. Oh, that's fun. Hang on, let's get away and get the sand off so you can see it. This is a cool shell, babe. I've been wanting to find one of these for a while. Oh, bend down and get wet. Okay. All right, check this out. Now there's a reason I don't find these guys too very often. They usually live about 300 feet down. And if you take a look at the pictures that they have on the Bailey Matthews website, the notes even say that it may have come, the one that they have, from beach renourishment. Again, a deep water shell, much like Janonias and other things, that don't typically live shallow, so we don't typically find them on the beach. There's these little fine, delicate diagonal lines going this way.
Okay.
And then some others going this way. It's called a crosshatch lucine.
Okay.
That's a super cool find.
Are we going to backpack and get in the water?
I'm considering quite a sandbar here. And the weather's quite nasty above and below us, but right where we are is pretty great. Over there, north of us in Fort Myers Beach. But everything's kind of moving this way. And then over there, further south, down near Naples, on the other side of Big Hickory and all of that, it's pretty dark out that way too. But that's miles from us. So for right now, we're enjoying some good day sunshine. And hey, is that an apple murex? It is. Well, it's 2/3 of an apple murex. Most of it's there. Not quite all of it. And then we have an olive over here. Let's see what kind of shape that's in. Looks like he might be empty. And he's still very glossy and shiny, and he is empty. Awesome. Alrighty. Ooh, there's a bunch of shells ahead of me too. Now believe it or not, you would think these little low spots like this would be like bathwater gross hot. But because of evaporative cooling and there's not that much water here, believe it or not, this actually cools down faster. So some of these little pools, yeah, you'll hit spots in them that are a little warm, but where it's shallow, oh my gosh, the water is like 10 degrees cooler and it feels so refreshing. Alright, so this is kind of like a big sandbar here. It's a little smooshy and shifty, but not bad. Nothing like the bottom of Lido, that's kind of sketchy. And you can see where the guys with the jet skis are. It's that shallow. I mean, they're just sandbarred and hanging out. And I can see shells ahead of me there and there. And another little olive that's alive here too. You can see his little movement there. And see how he's moving through the sand. Pointy part, top of the shell to the back. He works out this end. Oh my goodness, look at all the shells down here. Wow. There's all kinds of stuff down here. Arcs all over. Broad-rib carditas and nut clams, crossbarred Venuses, hagstones, dulcineas. Mercy, there's a pile of stuff here. And oh my goodness, there's just shells all over the place over here. There's piles of them right there. Yeah, this is where it's at. Okay. Shells all over the place. Oh my god. So many shells. This is unbelievable. And oh yeah, there's stuff. If you dig, there's even more. Holy smokes. Seeing big bleached out sunray Venus clams here. Like that guy. Really old one. Nice big bay scallop down there. Let's see how far does this go. And look at the piles of shells. Oh my gosh. Oh, looks like a Princess Venus. Yep, it is, with that squared off, snubbed up nose. Little Princess Venus clam. It's nice. We found a couple of lady in waitings too. Guess somebody got their jet ski stuck. Hey, look at that. A nice sand dollar. Lovely, lovely sand dollar from Lover's Key. How beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna put that guy in the box though. So I don't, oh no! I broke it grabbing my box. Are you kidding me? You turkey. And a little lightning look down here too. Awesome. Very nice. Okay, my camera keeps shutting off because it's insanely hot. And of course, when it's that hot, it chews through your battery. So I'm on battery number 3 already. I'm finding some nifty stuff down here that I wish was really cool. And there's another piece of a sand dollar. Hopefully I find another one since I broke the one I picked up. Oh my gosh, there's a big broken horse conch right by my feet. And what's this guy? Back end of a clam. Look at that. Very cool. Oh, hey. You were nice once. Wow. Big old crown. Just a piece. No way! A spotted slipper, which is cool. And yes, I know you see it, an alphabet cone. That's awesome. Alphabet cone. Hi. You got a hole in you. You've had seen better days. But that's an alphabet cone nonetheless, and I'm excited to find it. Awesome. What is this? Juvie fighting conch. And a big fat olive. Ooh, look at you. You're nice. Yeah. It's kind of fun down here. Alright, what about by this trap? Always good stuff caught by the traps. Ooh, there's a little live tulip. Hi, buddy. I'll just let you go right back there. There are shells all over the bottom of this. Oh my goodness. Look at that. There's a whelk. Woohoo! Hey, aren't you nice? Let's get all the junk out of you. Heck yeah! Nice little lightning look there. Excellent. What else is over here by this crazy trap? Cute little fly speck right there. And a little auger. Dark seraph there. Fun. A little olive. And there's a button. My goodness. There's this guy too, which I think is a Nassau. It is. It's a little bruised Nassau. And I see a horsey. A little baby horse conch. And it's yellow. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Super, super cool. Okay, this is fun. I'm probably getting sunburned to beat the band right now, but because I can feel it on my shoulders and it's hot. But right now, I am so excited. So I got a cool little olive, a nice little yellow baby horse conch, couple of fly speck ceres and an auger, and a Nassau and a whelk. Woohoo! And it's thundery down by Naples, but holding out right now. We might have to think about turning around and going back though, which is too bad because we just got to the good stuff. That weather has been very persnickety down here in the afternoon, not going to lie. Oh, look, there's a nutmeg. Hey, what a great nutmeg, nice and orange. This guy's nice and dark, he's great. That's super cool. There's lots of neat littles over here. There's a nice worm. There's an olive right here in front of me. He's pretty great. Yeah. Oh, how fantastic. Super excited about that nutmeg. Wow. He's cool. Hey, there's a Florida cone too. Sweet. All right. So an alphabet and a Florida cone. Very nice. Awesome.
Wow.
What you get, babe? Let's see. I love unique.
Curiosity. Look at that sand dollar.
Oh boy, he's a nice one. Makes up for the one This heat is killing my batteries, and of course it went dead right at a really inopportune moment. Two more great finds. A nice big sand dollar. John's got a Fulgarator Olive. Look at the colors on that. That is a stunner. We're going to talk a little more about these olives toward the end when we do shell ID. I had identified this one as Fulgarator because most of us casual shellers and not scientists know that these brown striped ones are Fulgarator olives. That's what we find in our shell books for information, but that is not the complete picture, and we're going to go into more detail on that soon. Now it has some marine cement on it that I'm going to have to try to get off of there, but that's a really great, cool, unique find. Awesome. No, me either. That's a fantastic shell, babe. And that's a really nice sand dollar. Let's find a place to put it where I won't break it. Since I had broken the one I found earlier, this one ended up in my camera case and not with me trying to put it into something else. All right, he just got a Fulgarator Olive. What else is he gonna get? I think he said he had a piece of J. I'm gonna grab that moon on my way to it. Hey, I'm trying to get to you. Could you quit moving for a second?
Well, I was going after that. But he's broken.
Oh, yes, he is. And there's John's J piece. Janonia John strikes again. Awesome, babe. What do we have here? Oh, there's a nice chestnut turban. Hey, all right. Well, what a fun spot to hit today. This is great. Oh boy, look how beautiful. How pretty. What a great little scallop. And look at this. Another beautiful slipper. Perfect condition and colors. They're so awesome. Nice. This is a fun spot down here at the bottom. Wow. It went from being very hot to all of a sudden being very breezy, which means that stuff is moving toward us. And we just got to the bottom here at Lovers not very long ago and found some really awesome finds. And I hate to go right now. I do. I can't even stand the thought of leaving right now because there's so much cool stuff here I'm sure we haven't seen yet. I mean, one each Florida and alphabet cone, piece of a J, a Fulgarator Olive. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? That huge sand dollar. So yeah, it's been a pretty fun stop. And I wish we had longer because I really like to explore this more. And I think the weather is going to turn on us. Breaking my heart, Lover's Key, is what you're doing. Look at all of this stuff over here. It looks like the jet skiers don't know the area and they're having a difficult time navigating this pass. Water's real low where a lot of them are. You can hear them sucking the... Oh, scraping the bottom and sucking the dirt up. That sounds bad. Hinge sunray. Ooh, a big one. Over here I saw another one.
Okay, so I made up for the bad one.
Made up for the bad what?
Bad walk. That I was trying to pick up when you were walking towards me.
Oh, you found a nice one. Awesome. Alright, let's rinse these guys.
Olives down here are huge.
They are. You gotta check them close for the hermits though. Alright, there's a couple of nice hinge sunray Venuses. I just broke the hinge on this one cleaning this guy. That's okay though. And look at that beautiful little fighting conch. Oh, how nice. Well, the temperature's dropped a good bit. Just in the last 5-6 minutes. It's good, but it means we're gonna have to hoof it back. Which isn't as easy as a walk, and you have got to be kidding me. No way! It's another one of those crazy olives. Look at it. Oh my God, it's beautiful. No. Oh my word. Are you kidding me? We've never found these. We've never found these. So for each of us to find one, this is spectacular. Oh, I can't believe the weather's turning on us. I don't want to leave. Oh my gosh, better. Those we've found. These we've never found before. Oh, look at this cute, tiny little whelk.
We found those up north.
Little baby whelk, another one of those Fulgarator Olives. That is amazing. Amazing, 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 amazing.
Oh, no,
Did you find one too?
no,
Or a J piece?
no.
What you got?
No.
Awesome.
Nice alphabet. Very nice alphabet.
There is good stuff in this mud, I'm telling you. Oh, hey, that's a nice alphabet. Cone is right. Look at him. What a beauty. Very lovely. Awesome, babe. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
The little whelk.
Oh, yeah. A little, is it a pear or a lightning? A little pear. Hello, baby. I'm going to put you.
Just another one.
And is that an albino right there by your cane in front of my walker? That fighting conch? It doesn't seem to have any colors, but it has a lot of detail. I am so over the moon with this.
There's one right there.
Oh my
too.
gosh.
Two.
Yeah, look at these. Let's get these guys rinsed. And everybody rinsed off. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Both of them?
Albinistic, not full on. Very, very lightly pale and hardly any color in them, and a ton of detail, ton of ridging. So their details are good, their color is pale. Oh my gracious me. Wow. Lover's Key. Oh my goodness. Ah. Ooh, that fell apart. What is he, a little fighting conch?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's nice, babe.
Cute.
You want to put him with the tinies?
Huh?
I'll put him with the tinies. It's a pretty scallop there to your left. Orangey, kind of reddish to your far left.
I don't see him.
You're dead even with it.
Oh.
Right here. And he is a rough. Oh, he's in tough shape though, unfortunately, but that's a really pretty rough scallop. Mercy, mercy. I can't get over the cool stuff we're finding here. Wow, there's a nice big button. And geez, a huge Jungus auger. Does he have a hermit? I told you 100 times lippets are lucky. This looks like pretty colors from back here too. Yeah, nice button. And a huge auger and a really, really great little scallop. Great colors on it. Fabulous. A lot of sunray Venus clams here too.
I already pounded one of the towers.
You did?
Yeah, that's why I got all the water.
Ooh, look at these guys. These might go together. They kind of look like they do. They do, they fit. And there's a nice pair. Hinged if they were still hooked, but definitely a pair. Awesome. That's cool.
Okay, so I found the cone. I'm happy. Found a jelly. Makes me happy.
I'm just happy in general because we found some really neat, new to us shells. Those Fulgarator Olives. That's a first. First time ever. Pretty excited. Hey, a nutmeg right there in front of me. Hi, buddy. You're great. A little nutmeg. Oh man, there's another cone. Ooh, Florida cone, just missing the tip. What's this little guy? Like a little flashback seraph. Alright, so we went from hot to not to clouding up on us. Really, really getting dark south of us now. But now it's sunny here again. Oh hey, there's a little olive just sitting down here in the mud. And what a nice one. With that strange shoulder like that weirdo I found a while back, the aspinosum. That's interesting. All right, that's cool. I am having too much fun here right now. Just too much fun. I am getting eaten though by bugs. Gotta put some water on my arms and shoulders too, because dang. Is this a gutty? Oh, he's old and he's cracked and he's broken, but he is a gutty.
Huh.
Check that out.
Yeah.
He's very interesting looking, so I'm going to keep him. There's a really nice lady in waiting. What great markings on it. And that's going to have to be the last shell I pick up here at Lovers Key State Park today, because we're about to get cracked. You can see how dark it is all around us, how dark it is above us. And if there's lightning, they'll shut down the tram. That means we have to go and walk a really long way. So I'm going to say thank you very much to Lovers Key for some fantastic first time evers for us shells. Like those Fulgarator Olives and the crosshatch lucine. How spectacular to get something we've never found before here while we're down here. And it's been a really great time. Brutally hot. But other than that, we're going home with half-filled shell bags and pretty happy. Wow, aren't you a beaut? Look at that. Oh, nice scaly scallop. Awesome. Okay, for real. Last shell of the day. You've got to be kidding me this didn't get run over. A Mexican tellin? What? What an outstanding day here at Lovers. And what a cool shell to find on the way off the beach. Look at that. That is outstanding. Wow, Lovers Key. Just wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, that is fabulous. Oh my goodness. Alright, much like the last time we were at Lovers Key, weather chases us off the beach again. But we found such cool stuff. I can't even get over those olives. I can't even. Look at that awesome, enormous huge sand dollar too. The size of that guy, it's bigger than my hand. Wow. Cool time here at Lover's Key. Lover's Key? Are you kidding me? When we came down here a couple of years ago, it was nowhere near this good of a shelling run for us. So this was actually knock it out of the park. Awesome. Let's take a look at some of the cool stuff we found there and go down a bit of a rabbit hole. Well, here we have all of our goodies from Lover's Key. Let's go take a look over the table really quick and then we'll talk about stuff. Woo! Woo-hoo! Oh my. All right. So let's start with some of the obvious stuff. Obviously, we got a bunch of cute little fighting conch juvies. We didn't pick up really many big ones, but John grabbed that one because he really did like the color and the pattern on it. So he got that one. We got a couple of whelks too back here. There's some little pairs right there. And then here's some of the lightning whelks. There was a couple of others that were in really raggedy shape, so they got thrown out in the flower beds already. But let's take a look at these guys for a second. All right, typically a lightning whelk comes off at, you know, that angle roughly. It's not super pointy. There's a little bit of a point, but not too much. And these guys are just rinsed. They're not bleached and all that good stuff yet. But I wanted to show you the shape of this one compared to these. That's what you typically find, okay? Then we got this one. And look at that proto-conch on the top. My goodness. That is super weird and different than the other ones we normally come across. And I believe this is the aspinosum type form of the whelk. So I will pull that up in my book and get a better look at that. But I just thought, how fun. We only have 2 whelks like this. One we found in the Pass-A-Grille pile one day when we had a monster pile there. And then this one. Most of the rest of the whelks we have, they look just like this. It's coming off at kind of an angle. But this one's really sloping down. So hold that there so you can kind of see the difference. So this was a really cool find. And I mean, the spire is quite a bit taller than what we'd expect to see too for a whelk that size. I mean, he's taller than this one, and this one's a bigger shell. So I thought that was a really nifty find. And every so often we come across fighting conch juvies that look a little different. And they're much spikier. They still have that same little purple tip and the same coloring and the same everything else. So he was our little strange guy compared to the rest of them that we got. And we did find some of these that were like super pale albino. The only color on this one is right in that little edge right there and right here. So I wouldn't call it a true albino because it's not completely colorless, but it's mostly colorless. And given how detailed their tops are and how good a shape they're in, there seems to be something there that makes them lighter there. And I'm not sure what it is, but I like it. It's awesome. And of course, we have the Atlantic fat tellin, my little swoopy potato chip. I love these guys. They're so awesome. Some worm snails. This is a little scorched mussel. Missing all his periostracum. He's a little surf worn, but he's still cool. Got a lucky limpet, calico clam, a couple of calico scallops, and then we had some rough scallops too, which are a little bit more drawn out and a little different on the bottom with their ears, as you can see. And you don't really notice the difference until you put it next to a calico. And then you're like, oh, the bottom's not even the same at all. And it's like the calico's wider and more flared out, and these are more drawn and kind of tapered. We got some nutmegs down there, and some of them are really dark. I really get a kick out of those darker ones. Those are cool. Got a couple of Florida cones, couple of alphabet cones. John got a really nice one. Mine was in a little bit rattier shape than his. He's got a really nice one here. That's a great alphabet cone. Perfect shape. And of course, Judonia John strikes again, finds another chunk of J. I don't know what it is with him. He's got Jadar, that boy. Oh my goodness. Some chestnut turbans, some sunray Venus clams, and this one I love. It's, I don't know if it's older or if it's just soaked up some stuff, but look how beautiful that is. Look at how light the coloring is on it. I don't know, I just like that one. I think that's really pretty. Got some moon snails and a really old beat up gaudy. And the only way I can tell it's a gaudy is because of this little ice cream scoop kind of point on it. Whereas our others here are pretty flat, as you can see. And a piece of bryozoan. Ooh, this guy goes up here with the rest of the lightning whelks. Got some kitten's paws. That's a piece of bryozoan right there. Some spotted slipper snails, and the pattern on that one was really stunning. Matter of fact, I think I'm just gonna wet that so you can see how dark and beautiful that guy is. He's really, really pretty. We've got an oyster drill here, some augurs, some seraph, fly speck seraph, our lady in waitings, and our princess. And a good way to tell the difference between them is you can see how different the shape is. The lady in waiting has like a triangular, almost like a diamond shape kind of to it. Princess Venus is much rounder with a snubbed off nose, and it's way too thin for a quahog. Like super too thin for a quahog. So that's how you can kind of tell that one. Now the one oddball in that grouping is this one. Looks like the right shape kind of for a lady in waiting, but super dark. Has purple in it where they usually don't. This one's got a little bit of pink. So I thought this one was really, really nice. Maybe it was just freshly emptied. But it's still got that diamondy kind of shape going. So I'm going to go with Lady in Waiting with that guy. Got some worm snails. There's our parwelks. Really pretty white scalp, which I thought was really nice. John got some rose petal tellins. And I found some painted egg cockles, which were really fun. They're super thin and delicate. Some little itty bitty scallops. I'll put those guys up there with these. And then this little fella, I had initially thought was one of the paper cockles when I found it on the beach. It doesn't have a lot of the ribs, but they are very faintly there. So it's just a small one, but that's a little paper cockle there. Got a little baby horse, a bruised Nassau. John found the edge of a Scotch bonnet, not the rest of it, but just this part of it, which was kind of cool. And then we got these little guys, which are the wing oysters. Now his was older, bigger, and in a lot harsher shape, and mine was a little baby. And some of the coloring on the outside is already starting to flake off of it. These are pretty delicate shells. This one's such a baby, it doesn't even really have that pearl nacre inside yet. So that one was a real small one. This was one of my joys, the Mexican tellin. Like the speckled, but much skinnier this way. So that was an awesome find too. This was an oddball find. I had called it a spectral bittersweet on the beach, but it's actually a juvie giant bittersweet is what it is. And we're not really used to seeing this shell over here in the Gulf. I'm not sure where that came from. There's a lot of people whose first 4 condos got wiped out from the storms. A lot of shells got washed out of people's homes and yards. It could be just something someone had that got discarded. It could be something that somebody bought in a bag of shells for a wedding. Lover's Key is known to have weddings. Could be that the renourishment sand came from the other side of the state. Not really sure. Korg jewel box there. There's my beautiful little crosshatch lucine. I don't know if the light is doing its thing and showing those hatches, but your eye can see it, and those are fabulous. What a cool first time find. Love that. This little guy, I'm not really sure what he is. He looks like a lucine. He's too big for a thin, like thick for a thin cyclinella. So that's one of my question marks. All right, so let's talk about these guys here for a second. This is an alternate tellin. You can see there's ridges. You can hear there's ridges. You can see there's an angle to where the hinging mechanism is. Then I got this. I have no idea what this is. I thought maybe it was a tarpon scale. It's actually kind of too thick for that. And it has a hinge here. And it's really wide. It doesn't have a point on it. See the difference in the angle? This is much wider. It's like glass. It's got what it looks like it's got ridges, but you don't feel them and you don't hear them. So I have no clue what this guy is. Not one clue. It's cool, but I have no idea what it is. Now let's talk about olives, and we're going to end up going down a bit of a rabbit hole for olives too. All right, first of all, you can see I managed to get that marine cement off of John's. And let's not forget how crusty that guy was when John first found it. More great finds. A nice big sand dollar. John's got a Fulgarator Olive. Look at the colors on that. That is a stunner. Now it has some marine cement on it that I'm going to have to try to get off of there, but that's a really great, cool, unique find. And believe it or not, I didn't have to do anything mechanical to do that. I basically went like that with my thumb and it started flaking off. It does not happen like that with all shells. So that was incredibly lucky. So let me wet it a little bit. Get it nice and dark again. And if you look at this now, you can see we have two different kinds of olives here. Look at this big tall point on this guy and how low the point is on this one. Markings aren't quite the same. And even here at the fold area where the columnar folds are, this is just, they're just different. Now if you take a look at your olives, there's lots of species of different olives too. Some of them, like this guy, they're slender and very pointy. Others, they're squatter and fatter, and when you look at the patterning on them, they almost look like a gear. Some of them are super fat, super chunky. Now a lot of these have very similar markings, but they're, the points on them are different. And it's not that they're worn down, it's just that they're just not that tall. So there's a lot going on in here with the olives, in particular with these. When we found these on the beach, our first thought, Fulgarator Olives. Now, for the rabbit hole part of this. I think it was in Shell Club where I first heard the term Fulgarator Olive in reference to one of these dark brown olives. I did a little poking around online, and I Love Shelling came up with a couple of them. Even took them off to the Bailey Matthews Museum and had Dr. Legal confirm that they were, in fact, Fulgarator Olives. They don't have a lot of examples there, so somebody donated theirs. And I'm not the only one to check this rabbit hole. Roxanne's been down this rabbit hole too with a bunch that she found in some dredge piles over on the other coast of the state. So in researching this, I had initially posted a picture of Facebook of our two olives and called them Fulgarators, and Dr. P actually said, no, those are America Oliva Bollingi, just in the dark brown form. And for those who don't know who Dr. P is, I'm referring to Dr. Ed Petouche, this book right here. You've seen me show this in a number of different videos. He's a professor emeritus for Florida Atlantic University in geosciences, and he's got quite a long list of books that he's published under his belt on not just modern species, but on fossil shell species as well. Matter of fact, here's the plate in that book I just showed you, showing these olives off. And here's the information from below the plate in the book that just basically explains and identifies what's in the pictures. And of course, C and D would be what we've got there, America Oliva Bollingi. But the information that I saw from Bailey Matthews calls it something else. Bailey Matthews actually has this guy identified as Oliva nervosa bollingi. Okay. And the information that Roxanne had found, which I believe she got from the Jacksonville Club site, would call this Oliva fulgarator formosa. All right, so I headed over to the Jacksonville site where this photo that she had came from and sort of dove in a little bit to the differences in olives and how to tell the difference between which form of fulgarator it is. And obviously, bollingi and fulgarator are not interchangeable terms, although a lot of shellers wouldn't know that. But when you start going down this rabbit hole, I do mean it is a rabbit hole, okay? See that green link on the bottom there? I went to that article and I read through 220 pages worth of information. I wish I could say I had more clarity after doing so, but this paper was written, I think, in 1989 or 1990, around there, and it discusses how there are so many different names for different types of olives, including the fulgarator and reticularis, I believe, and it goes into a lot of depth on how the shell is shaped and formed, the protoconch, the point, the tip, and it even goes so far as to discuss different forms based on the patterning on the shell itself. So since I have basically 3 different answers here, Oliva fulgarator formosa, Oliva nervosa bollingi, and America Oliva bollingi, which one am I going with for our lovely olives? I'm going with America Oliva bollingi, since both Dr. P's book and Bailey Matthews both identified this as a bollingi species of olive. That's what we're going to go with. But for a nickname, I think we can just call them Beautiful. So there we have it, our table full of fun from Lovers Key State Park, and man, did we ever have a great time. So much fun. Other than the weather getting in our way, this is a fun place to go shell. Man, what a fun place this was to go shell. And can you believe those olives? And that Mexican tellin? All right, so speaking of tellins, we've had so much fun on the latter part of this series. We're going to include one more bonus location for spring and summer shell chasing. That's going to be Honeymoon Island next week. A bonus episode 8 for the shell chasing series, Honeymoon Island, where we're going to find some really cool stuff the further up we head. Well, I hope you've been enjoying the spring and summer shell chasing series. I've had a lot of fun putting it together and arranging everything, and we found some really cool stuff over the course of these different stops. So if you want to see the entire series, if you hadn't seen all of it, make sure you watch up at the top here at the very end of the video. There's going to be links to some of the videos and then also to the playlist so you can watch the entire series and binge it on a weekend. So we'll see you back right here next week from the beach with Honeymoon Island. And remember, if you want to have adventures like these, then you know what you need to do. Get out there and go shelling. Watch above at the end for links, and make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notifications button so you get the first information on when the last video in this series drops. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again next week right here from the beach.